Sharita. Dr. Sharita is here today, and I want to support her. I really felt moved because of seeing the movie and how it really brought home the importance of our input as Africans in America, and going home, taking our technological skills, and returning home to assist our brothers and sisters responsibly in developing the resources that are there. You know, because it's been kind of this ambiguous concept, and some people have made it materialize, but the thought of repatriation just seems like, for what? I've heard this about Africans, and they don't like us, and it's this, and it's that, and the third, and all of those negative contexts that I'm sure all of us have heard from time to time. But seeing the movie, and although it is quote unquote fiction, whatever you can conceive of can be achieved. And we all know that Africa is the richest continent on the planet. There are minerals and things there that have yet to be discovered. But the world is powered from the minerals that are found primarily in the Congo. But that's only because they've just really been focusing on the Congo. We know the treachery that Europe and Asia has perpetuated, and America has perpetuated on our people to get those resources. And we have not been moved, for whatever reasons. I'm not blaming us. We have not been moved yet to move in that direction to reclaim our birthright, because it is our birthright. Because no matter what is said or done, everybody in the world looks to Africans in America to lead the way. Everybody has a love-hate relationship with us. They pissed because we dropped the ball after Dr. King and Malcolm X and you know, the civil rights movements and things of that nature, which we sparked and inspired people around the world to fight for their revolution, their independence. We dropped the ball because we got duped with the Vietnam War, with drugs in our community, with the women's liberation movement. Not to say that our sisters should not be equal, because we already are. But that movement in and of itself was a distraction. With so-called integration, which was really assimilation, we got derailed. We had arrested development. And that doesn't say that we didn't have some development and some growth, because life is going to beget itself no matter what anyway. But with the drugs, with the, and I'm going to say it, homosexuality, which is a part of the genocide that our people are experiencing, you know, it is such that our people got derailed. So in my few travels that I've had around the world, people, when they want to speak politically, they're asking, well, why aren't y'all doing it? What's going on? So they have this anger toward Africans in America because of that. And yet they have a fascination, and we can see the fascination like what? Because hip hop is a global culture. And we could talk about our young brothers all day long about how much we don't like their sagging pants and their vulgar lyrics, but guess what? The world has embraced it. And it is a vehicle and a tool for communicating and transforming the world if we seize the moment, seize the energy, and recognize it again. If you're not riding the wave of change, you will find yourself beneath it. Change may not look like what we want it to look like, but that don't mean it's not coming, because life is going to beget itself. The more in tune we are with nature, the more we can read what nature's messages are. But how can we do that if we're toxifying ourselves with the food we eat, the medications we're on, the crap that we spend hours on social media and watching television? All that is very toxic. And when I see many of our leaders who sacrifice their lives in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, we didn't even talk about the 90s, and I see how broke down and crippled that they are, I'm like, oh, well, you know, white folks won anyway, or the system won anyway. Because they're on high blood pressure medication, they're diabetic, they're on dialysis, and those things are predominant in our community. You don't see that in white folks' side of town. That's biological and chemical warfare. Just because the means of disarmament of our people have changed doesn't mean that the war stopped.
All right.
It's on and popping. But if we're not paying attention to the chemtrails, to the toxic pollution that's in our communities, to the fact that this dude, Trump, made great strides for people who are business owners. I get big ups for that. But people who are business or self-employed in their homes, their tax break got swept up from under them. They can't even claim employment in their home anymore. So a lot of our black business owners that say, oh, yay Trump, didn't realize how it was hurting disproportionately our people who are self-employed, who are using their homes as a base to make a living or to supplement their income. So we have to be mindful of just all the games that are still being played. And although we are comfortable in many ways, we can't get so comfortable that we forget what we're here to do. So I want to bring that home with the movie. One of the things that I do my best to focus on is being grateful in the present so that I can put my attention on the future. I pay homage to my ancestors every day in every way. So I take care of them first and foremost. I take care of the time with the Most High first and foremost. When I wake up, I do my meditation. I do my prayers. My business is an altar to the ancestors, because every day y'all come through the doors, you're being fed because you are the ancestors' return. So that whole raw reality situation is all about the ancestors who are living, breathing today, who are here from the ancient future. But then how does that apply to how we see ourselves in the future? Because if we're not visualizing ourselves in the future, we won't be there. Our children are disproportionately not doing the things that they need to do with science and technology. And I'm not even a techie. They'll tell you I am technologically challenged, but that doesn't mean that my grandchildren don't know all about that stuff and they barely know how to walk. Okay? But they're pushing buttons, I'm sure, because the future generations, these younger generations, they come already programmed, knowing that it's in their DNA. They've already been rewired. So when we see images that are so powerful, like Black Panther, we have an opportunity to say yes. Even though that's an imaginary situation, why can't it be so? If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Why can't it be so? There could very well be a Wakanda back up in there somewhere. For real.
It ain't, and a lot of stuff ain't fiction. It just
Exactly.
It ain't fiction. It's, yeah.
Exactly.
That's why it's existing. It's real.
The Mastermind has heard it. Your introduction is phenomenal.